How you guys doing? Um, First of all, I want to speak today about science and how this relates to my beliefs and what I see. I think that unfortunately, a lot of people who call themselves Christians, they rather go and follow the teachings of people who follow a theory and who claim to know the truth. You know, for me, it's not a matter of 200 proteins getting together in a vast universe together and working. Uh, and making life possible. It's not about proteins for me. It's about atoms because God says He's power, and power equals electromagnetism, and that's what makes all the particles stay together. Because the fourth stage of matter is plasma, and plasma is what gets together gas, liquid, and solid, and that is the most important principle that we're going to understand. And this is throughout the Bible everywhere. God says He's power, and as we know, power right now is electromagnetism, which would explain how atoms work and how atoms move, because they carry information. Now, something that I want to point out before I do this is that I'm going to follow a series of studies throughout the scriptures, and I'm going to get what I see, the science through it, because it's very interesting what you can find out. Now, today we're going to start in the process of how man was created, how God created man, and we're going to find some very interesting things. And I'm going to compare Genesis 2:7 to Ezekiel 37:7. So we're going to see the consequences of this. In Genesis 2:7 it says this. It says, "The Lord God formed a man from the dust of the ground and breathed through his nostrils breath of life, and and man became a living soul." So that's one process. So we see that He built man out of dust. Now can we look at any other chapter in the Bible that explains a little bit more in detail what's going on? So I found this in the Valley of the Dead Bones. This is Ezekiel 37:7. It's very interesting. It says. It's Ezekiel. He starts preaching. God tells him what to do, and Ezekiel preaches. And he says, "There was a noise, when he preached, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to its bones." It's a logical sequence. Now, let's think for a second, and not be biased about what the scriptures tell us. Either you're an atheist or not an atheist. That's okay. Leave that behind, because you got to remember that back in the days, they did not have the same names that we have now. For example, when they meant earth, a lot of times it meant matter. They knew about this before, by the way. They just called it a different thing. And how we apply the names of things is different how they apply the names of things. So when you look at this, you're thinking, oh, well, this was different now and it's different now, so it's not true. No, actually, it's the same thing. They just had a different word for it, and you have to investigate this and put effort to it and seek these things for yourself. And this is very interesting. Soon, hopefully, I'll be publishing a book about a new science that I've seen, and hopefully, it will revolutionize a lot of things. But let's see what it says here in details. "There was a noise, and behold, a shaking." God is power. If God is power, that means He's electromagnetism, as we spoke before. Now, when God speaks, again, He's electromagnetism. Depending in the high frequency and the information it carries, because electromagnetism does carry information, by the way. It can be microwave information through microwave. It can be what other frequency? Infrared frequency. It can be radio frequency, and there's other frequencies where you can send information. So electromagnetism produces a sound wave. Now, the sound wave carries electromagnetic energy, and when the electromagnetic energy hits the atom, you gotta remember that the atom is what matter is composed of. And if matter is what atom is composed of, that means there's three stages. of matter and an extra one is gas, solid, liquid, and that is what equals an atom. If we do not have a gas, solid, liquid, we will not have the composition of an atom. But all these remain together as one composition, depending on the energy that's released through plasma, and plasma is electromagnetism. So magnetism is what keeps atoms holding together. So the sound wave carries electromagnetic energy, which is released through electromagnetism, which is power. This hits the atom, and the atom vibrates. When the atom vibrates, in science, this is called elasticity. Now, atoms vibrate through sound waves, and this creates elasticity. And what happens? It pushes the atoms closer together momentarily, and then it expands them. Depending on the frequency which the sound wave is carried, it depends on how the atoms will evolve, because the atoms move, but it depends on the frequency you give them. Now this is the interesting part. There was a noise, okay? So noise, sound wave, electromagnetic energy, noise, sound wave. That's how they call noise, sound wave. And behold, a shaking. This is the vibration of the atom. So atoms vibrate through sound waves, and that creates elasticity. There was a noise, and behold, a shaking. There was sound waves and electromagnetic energy, and behold, a vibration. And the bones, which are made of atoms, came together. And this is because the atoms, electromagnetic energy and vibration, pushes the atom closer together momentarily. Wait, bones getting together pushes the atoms closer together momentarily, and that's what sound waves do? Makes a lot of sense. Now, what's interesting is that the bone comes together, bones get together, so there is a logical sequence to this. And in Genesis 2:7 it says, the Lord God formed man out of the dust. Okay, so we know we're made out of dust, and that carries a lot of different set of atoms of the ground. Okay, that's the earth, and breathed through his nostrils breath of life. Now, when the word bread of life, it's a Hebrew word, and it can be defined also as vital energy, and became a living soul. You cannot charge up. I can be made and composed, but if I'm not charged to an electromagnetic force, I will not be able to move, because I need power, I need energy, sorry, in order for me to walk. If not, I can't move. So what gives me that energy? If you charge me up too much, I'll die. If you charge me up a little bit more or less, I probably won't even move. So what's giving me the energy, and what is giving these people the energy, and what is giving you the energy to move, and all these things to move? It has to do with the right frequency, and this can only be applied through electromagnetism. Without electromagnetism, nothing of this that we have right now is possible. Nothing. My conclusion for this video is God says He's power. Power equals electromagnetism. Electromagnetism has higher and frequency waves. When you release electromagnetic energy, it releases a sound wave. The sound wave carries electromagnetic energy, and this hits the atom, which produces a vibration. The vibration is what creates elasticity, and elasticity is what plays around with the fourth stage of matter, which is plasma, magnetic, and this is what plays around with the atom, which is composed of gas, solid, and liquid, so it can shape up. And this is all. So, yes, this is science, brother. And you want to deny it? It's okay. I'm going to have more videos and more videos and more videos. It's going to be more fun and more fun and more fun, because you know what? This is meant to be literal. But problem is, people will say, okay, because this is old, it's an old book. No. You know what? People knew a lot about science before, and God created science, so it's not a big problem for God. But it will be a big problem for you if you don't listen. Okay? So thank you very much, and thank you for looking at this video. It's all you. If you think I'm wrong, go ahead, say something. I want to hear it. Thank you.